Hi everyone, welcome to Right Choice Academy. It's another video here for you, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can upload file from your Laravel application to Cloudflare R2. So, and in case you don't know, Cloudflare R2 is an S3 compatible object storage. That is, whatever you can do with Amazon S3, you can also do with Cloudflare R2. So without too much word, let's jump right into action. So the first step for you is to set up the driver so you can execute the command. I've done that behind the scene. So, and the next step for you is to add on to Cloudflare. So, and in Cloudflare, so you can just go straight to R2 storage here, then come to overview. So this takes you to this very page. So let's create a bucket. So you need to type in the bucket name. So I'm going to say Laravel. So then you select the location. You can, if you have to put it in a specific location, so you can pick this option. So let's just pick automatic, then same as standard. So you can, as it applies to your case here, so you can just pick, so create a bucket. So after you've created the bucket, so the next thing for you is to set up the connections in your Laravel environment variable. So let's copy the bucket name. So let's come back to our code here. So let's go back to env. So you need to now set every value accordingly. So we've copied the bucket name, so let's just put it here. So the next thing we need to obtain is this access key, secret key, and every other necessary environment variable. So let's come back to this. So we can go back to R2 here. So just go to manage API token. That is, you want to generate a token that helps you connect to your bucket. So let's go to manage API token. So create API tokens here. So just go to, let's name this Laravel token. So then you need to set the permission. So I'm going to say object read and write here. So I think that's all you have to do here. So create token. So now after you've created the token, you need to copy all of this value here now, because if you don't, you won't be able to access it again. So unless you generate another token. So let's copy our access token, access ID. So then copy secret key. So then the next thing here we need to copy is our endpoint. So we need this endpoint for S3 to be able to, for our driver to be able to connect to our R2. So though the environment variable is not here, so let's just say AWS endpoint. So I need this endpoint. So just put it here. So now I think that is all we have to do as per this, what's it called? The credentials at the moment. So let's go back. Just says finish here. So now that we've been able to complete that step, so let's go back to implement our file upload. So this is just a fresh Laravel application. I've done nothing, so I've configured a few things here. So I have a route set up here. So that's just connecting. It's just a form, nothing more. You can see it's just a form here. So, and in our web, let's just define a route that gets that done. So we can connect to, let's just say I'm going to upload. So, and we need to define our action, which is upload controller. So, and it should go to store. So it should go to store. So let's have a name here. So we can go to upload the store. So I think that is all we'll need for now. So let's go to that method. Okay, we don't have that method. So let's just come here and create that method, public function, then store. So let's accept our request here. So we can have that request. So let's just dump what we have in the request here to see what we actually have. So we can just say all. So then go back to the browser. So let's go back to the project here. I think, is the project started? Let's go to localhost 8000. Localhost 8000 and see. I think we should have something there. All right. So choose a file. So I can pick any file, any one of this file. So let's just pick this. So let's upload. I think if everything is okay, we should have. All right, we have our file here. All right, so now let's upload this to R2 now. So let's just say path. So let's say request, then file. So we want to pick a file. So, and we want to store it on R2, store, then let's just store it in the directory file. So you can choose not to put that. So I want to use S3. So now we are using S3 because we configured S3 here. So if you want to have configure R2 file system by yourself, you can just go to file system here. So just duplicate this and call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it R2. So it's still pointing because they are using the same endpoint. So you can just leave it so and define your environment variable. So now let's see what we have. Let's just dump this. Let's just dump this parts to see what we actually have here. So let's refresh so that it can give us that same file. So I think the upload is going behind the scenes. So the file is successfully uploaded now. That's why we can see this. So let's go back to our bucket. Then let's just go back here. Go back, open our bucket here. Then we should see file. Then this. So let's open it and see what we have. So the preview, this is just what we have here. So let's go back to the code. So I want to do something here. So I will just return, so let's just return response JSON. So let's have our data and let's have our status of 200. Is it let's just have 200. So then here, so we can just say file URL. So we want to return the file URL, and that's what you will do on a good day storage. So we have disk of S3. So we have disk, we have a disk of S3. So, and we want to generate the URL to this part. That is to the part we just, to the part of the file we just uploaded. So I think everything should work fine. So let's go back to our, what's it called, to this application. So let's refresh again. So you can see that we have this, but if I try to open it now, it's going to tell me that I don't have a public access to that file. So how will I be able to generate a public access to that file? So now there's a way to go about that. So just come back here. So come back to your storage. Sorry, come back to R2. So all right, let's go back. So let's go back to our objects, to the bucket. So settings. Then on the settings here, we need to allow access, that is allow public access. So you can use a custom domain here, which is here, but I'll just use this. So let's copy our public URL here. So come back to the code. So go back to your environment variable and define the URL here. So let's say AWS URL. So then save that. So if we go back to upload now, we should be able to access our file publicly. So let's go back. So let's just go back once. So upload again. So let's see. After the upload completes, so you can see now that we have that public URL and the file. So let's try to access it. We should be able. All right, so that is that. So one more security step you can take is to configure a CORS policy here, so that you can define which URL or whichever will be able to access your bucket. So, but I'm not going to do that. So you can do that, experiment with that from your own end. So that is that for file upload to R2, and I think you understand it. So if you have any questions, shoot in the comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and see you in another release. Thank you.